All right, so I've got what I hope will be a pretty quick video today. I want to install a RAM mount on the center bolt here so that I can hold my phone or other accessories. I've got the same setup on my 2019 Honda Monkey and actually also on my CT70, which allows me to put either, again, my phone mount, or I've got a different extension for my 360 camera so that I can make it look like I'm riding with the camera following me. It's a pretty neat effect, but wanted to get one onto this bike as well. They do sell a mount for the brake that replaces this clamp here, which is a neat solution, but it puts the phone outside of the windscreen, and I'm afraid once you get up to speeds too high that it has the potential to have the phone flip away. So I wanted to get it here behind the windscreen and see if I can make it fit right here. The key is slightly offset, so I figured if I have this mount offset this direction with the ball, it should give me enough room for everything and not obstruct the steering stabilizer or the key, but we'll get it apart and see. It seems to come with lots of different sizes for different applications, so we'll get this apart and figure out which one this fits the best. The center bolt here also isn't the OEM bolt. This is the one that comes with the Ohlins kit for the 2019 ZX-6R. The hole's slightly bigger, but it looks like, again, that this rubber piece is pretty adjustable. So I'll get this out of the bag, figure out which ones fit, and we'll get it on the bike. All right, so the way that this is supposed to work, if this was the stock steering nut, is that it's kind of tapered inside, and you put this in, and you find the right amount that you want to cut. You cut that out, stick it in. There's a bolt that goes through with a washer on this side, and as you screw it in, it expands and is stuck in there. The problem is that this hole is a lot bigger, and it's supposed to fit somewhere in here, and it doesn't because it's too big. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. There is this big chunk of rubber here that I think is excess, but it has the same hole going through it. So since it's bigger than that, I could potentially and tediously shave down the rubber to the point that this part here fits into the hole. Then the nut goes on the other side, the screw through it, and this piece then goes on top. The fitment of this looks great. The positioning won't hit the steering stabilizer and is out of the way of the key. And there's like a 2-inch arm that comes this way, and it would hide my phone perfectly outside of the view of the speedometer and also still within the windscreen. It's just a matter of getting something that's going to fit into this correctly, which again I think is going to be a matter of cutting this thing here and then slowly shaving this down with a razor blade until I can get it to tightly fit into that hole. So if this was for the stock stem, we would cut off a piece about this size that would fit in nicely because it's also conical in shape, and then this would go in between this piece and the washer and nut to make it spread out and be tight against that inner nut. But since, again, this doesn't fit in the nut that comes with the Ohlins steering stabilizer, I'm going to try to reshape this to actually fit. All right, so after a lot of shaving, I've got it down to this, which seems to fit just perfectly into the steering nut, and it's pretty tight right now, so I imagine once I get it inside, and again, it starts to compress this way and expand outward, should be pretty tight. So let me go ahead and try to get this in the bike. All right, and here's the final assembly before I pop it in. It goes the plastic piece that has the ball mount, then a washer, then this rubber piece that I sliced down to fit into the Ohlins steering nut, then this plastic piece which is kind of a claw on it so that it stays attached to the rubber, and then finally a nut. So you get the nut started. Maybe I should get it started a bit more. The more you start it though, the harder it is going to be to get it in initially because it's already compressed a bit. All right, that's getting pretty tight. All right, that's pretty tight, and I'm pretty sure it's not going anywhere. So let me get the phone accessory on here now. But I'm happy with how that worked. That's pretty solid. So this is what I'm currently using on the Monkey, but pretty easy to transfer back and forth. So I'll try out different orientations, but I'm happy with the fact that I can now have the phone mount And I'm not using the extra rubber strap because, again, if I'm behind the windscreen, there shouldn't be too much wind even at high speed. So I found that this stays pretty secure without the additional strap. In addition to the phone mount now, I can also use this particular mount for my 360 camera. That again allows me to have the invisible selfie stick so that it kind of looks like the camera's floating. And I'll go ahead and finish this video with an outro that has some of that footage. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos.
One day at a